So basically, I'm just kind of going to walk you through the website a bit and kind of see how you react,
Mm-hmm.
whether to see whether it works as we intended it to. And this will take about 30 minutes. So the first thing I really want to be clear about is that we're testing the website, not you, obviously. So if you have anything negative to say or something that's confusing or something that you do like, we kind of just want to hear it all so that we can use your feedback to improve the site. You're not going to hurt our feelings. We really want to improve the site and make sure that we're making it easy to use and user friendly. So,
No problem.
as I said, you're going to just kind of, I'm going to have you walk through the site, kind of talk out loud what you're seeing, what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, kind of what stands out to you, all that. And then if you have any questions, you can ask them, but I'm not going to necessarily be able to answer them because, like I said, I kind of want to see how you would approach the website if you didn't have someone next to you and if you were just a new user on the website. So
Okay.
if you still have those questions at the end, I can try to answer them then. But with your permission, I'm going to record this today. So I'm just going to record the screen and your voice. And it won't be viewed by anyone who isn't working on this. So, like me and a few other people. But can you just give me your verbal permission that you're okay with that?
I am okay with that.
Okay. So before we look at the website itself, I'm going to just ask you a few different questions. So you're a college student. Hold on one second. What school do you go to and what's your year?
I go to the University of Florida and I'm a sophomore.
What is your major?
Psychology.
And how many hours a week do you think you spend on the internet?
Mm, 30.
Yeah, just an estimate. Doesn't. And do you have any favorite websites or websites that you are on a lot?
Netflix.
What?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. So I'm going to give you the capability to share your screen. So you might have to download something small to do so, but you should have gotten the request.
All right. Can you see it?
No. Weird. You're on your computer? Oh, there we go.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. It's
Perfect.
telling me I'm the presenter.
Yeah. You're good now. I can see it. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm about to send you the link. It's a mock-up, so it's not a real website. Not everything is clickable, but it's kind of showing you what it would look like and what text would be there, and a few things are clickable. But for now, I'm just going to ask you to look around, tell me what you make of the page, what strikes you about it, if anything stands out. What do you think you could do here? What company do you think this is? And just kind of talk out loud while you look at it. And you can scroll for now, but don't click on anything yet. So I'm going to send it to your
Okay.
chat box. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I think it's frozen.
It is loading for me. I just clicked on the link. And my computer is really slow.
Uh, I
So,
think there's just kind of a lag too over through the conference call.
probably. So my first impression is that it's taking more time than the other sites usually do to
So
load.
yeah, this isn't the actual site.
Might just me.
This is like, if
Yeah.
you look at marvelapp.com, Marvel is something that we use to kind of mock up our site. So it's not actually our site, but I'm sure Marvel just takes a long time because it has a lot of like graphics and stuff. But
Okay.
wow, this is taking a while. Wow. I'm trying to think if there's a way to make this go faster.
If I take into a weird page, is it the Spitball Simplified School?
What?
Yeah, it's the Spitball
Oh,
Simplified
there we go.
School,
There we
right?
go. Perfect. Okay. So, like I said, just kind of go through the page, um, narrate what you see, what you like, what you dislike, etc. Are you there?
I am there, but I don't see a scroll down thing, so I think it's still loading.
Oh, wow. So, what about what you're seeing right now?
Okay, so on the main page at the very top, near kind of the bookmarks for Spitball Guide Key Features mobile app, I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I don't like how those words are below the line of Spitball. I think that they should all kind of have this common line
Mm-hmm.
to them, as well as the fact that there's no distinction between kind of where the hyperlink is and where it isn't. So is it kind of the same area as Spitball with this whole white part being the logo? Is there, how far out can I go to click on it? I think that it would make it look a little bit more professional if there was somewhat of like a big bar.
Okay.
across the entire top. With the search bar, I like it. I feel like it's weird how there's um, two new colors where nothing else is the same. Like maybe the search bar could be a lighter blue, like the Spitball logo, instead of darker, because it feels kind of like the search bar is from a different software or something like that.
Mhm.
Next row down, that looks nice. Well balanced in terms of the order. I like the logos,
What about like not only
but
the
I
way
don't know.
sorry, not only the way it looks, but like actually what the functionality is and what you're seeing and what you're able to do on the site?
Okay, well, I don't know what a guide is. Maybe if that's an FAQ, just do FAQ at the end. Um, Key features, I feel like those isn't that the same as like 3 logo thing? And for mobile app, I don't know why that would be an entire separate like bookmark.
Mhm.
It
What about
seems like maybe that would be like other like ways of like reaching out, like something else that can be an umbrella for that, where it doesn't need to be its own separate tab. It feels odd to me, as well as contact us. I would not trust anything where I couldn't contact a real person, especially if I'm giving them money, because it's save up to 50% on textbooks. So I imagine that Spitball is, you would be purchasing textbooks from them as well.
hmm We would actually have like a chat bar box, like for you to contact us. We just, again, like I said, this is a mock-up, so we can't have that because it's kind of like an overlay on top of the website.
Okay, that makes sense. But I also think that there should be like a contact place, because just a chat bar, um, some scams do that too. I wouldn't trust it if it's just a chat bar. Um, the content from your favorite websites thing. In terms of looks, I feel like dark blue would be better than the black, but I've heard of the first 3 and Course Hero,
Mm-hmm.
and the other 2, but I'm not quite sure why I would want content from like student made sources, because those are kind of fallible. Students can get content wrong, or it's subject to the professors, to how the professor views things, as well as the fact that with Shed Bear, it makes me think that this one's more expensive. I don't know if it is, but uh, for study documents, it looks okay, but it feels really thick and clunky, um, for these kind of things. I can't really scroll through it on a slow laptop. It takes a lot of time to get through these things.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm looking for information, it's bite-sized and easy to read, but at the same time, it takes me an entire page to look at one point, and it doesn't make me feel like I can condense the information. In terms of food and deals, that seems really out of place. Um, I don't know why a study app would be offering that when most of the places are like local and wouldn't be cooperating with you guys in the other places. are pretty good at getting those deals out to students. I like the gradient between the two things, color, as opposed to the solid white line between the bite-sized things. So I don't know why textbooks would be below the food stuff either, because it seems like that would be the biggest draw for me, is textbooks. I wouldn't use any sorts of study guides or anything like that, but I would definitely use like textbooks. Flashcards, I have no idea why I would come to here instead of Quizlet. To me, it makes more sense to also have a software where I can make my own flashcards, because that would increase my own understanding of the material if I'm making them myself, as opposed to buying them from somebody else who had a different professor teaching different things. Ask a question, that's a huge selling point. I definitely move that to the top.
What do you
because
think?
that's the thing that you can't really get from like you can with Chegg if there's already been a quiz that your professor just stole off the internet. But that's the sort of thing that would really draw me in as a student,
So
to ask a question.
what do you think the happens when you ask a question? Like, what do you think ask a question feature does?
I would guess that it either goes to a forum or some sort of tutor.
So based
Either
on
that or more like a search engine.
okay.
Based on the information, it sounds more like a search engine. And there's a lot more stuff down here than there is when I first glanced at the page.
Mhm.
If I were just going to the desktop, I might scroll down a little bit, and then that's kind of it to see what you guys have to offer. But it sounds like a lot of the stuff that you guys offer isn't being really marketed in the beginning. Like, you could do like an entire tab on jobs that has a drop-down menu for paid internships, part-time jobs, entry-level opportunities, stuff like that. It doesn't seem like, that's one of the things that would draw me in. What can you offer? And just for some majors, since you have uh, the it's not a beaker, but I'm blanking on the real name, over the Bunsen burner
Yeah.
test tubes, that it would also seem like you guys should also be advertising research opportunities for like different labs. Should be nice.
So now that you've kind of seen this whole page, we're going to look at other pages as well. But from here, do you kind of understand what the website's about? And if so, could you give me a summary?
So this site would be about an all-inclusive app for students that combines several different types of services.
And this is, again, kind of a weird question, but how does this website make you feel?
It makes me feel, I'm suspicious because obviously too good to be true, but there's nowhere does it show any sort of price information, like subscription stuff, it kind of seems like I would have to click on content and then be redirected to a paid website, like for where to pay and stuff like that and the prices. And that just kind of throws me off. It makes me suspicious.
Okay.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was in.
Okay.
So what do you think would happen if you clicked on the search bar right now?
If I like type something in the search bar and then searched it,
No, if you just clicked on it, let's start there, but don't do it.
that there would be a blinking line, and I could type it in directly from this page. So I wouldn't expect it to redirect me to a different website.
Okay, so go ahead and click on the search bar and kind of do exactly what you're doing.
The bar or the button? Okay,
the bar.
Never mind.
And kind of just talk through what you're seeing, what you think of it, etc.
So it came down with the menu of some things you can ask me, and then different, I guess, prompts, like with the Google suggestions. That seems really good. I like how I like the colors and the actual prompts are very clear about the different types of things.
Okay. So these are clickable, but in theory, but of course, like I said, it's a mock-up, so only class notes and calculus is clickable. So go ahead and click that. And when you get to the page, kind of just walk me through what you're seeing, tell me how you feel about it, etc.
So I'm seeing the spitball and then the search bar at the top, and then on the left a bunch of things, and then I just got a pop-up saying personalized results by adding your school and classes, which is pretty cool. I would have to wonder if you'd be able to like save a profile and not have to keep answering that like every time you want to search for something. And that'd be pretty annoying.
Yeah, you would want to create a profile, right?
Yes.
Okay. So from here, you can click on personalize. You can't click not now right now, so kind of forcing you through this flow. But if you were just looking on this website, do you think you would click personalize, or do you think you would kind of just be like, oh, it's a pop-up, not now?
Honestly, I'm not sure why it's a pop-up instead of just an option in the left, on the left. It doesn't make sense like when I can filter it. With all of the filtering options, it feels like that should be in there and not that it has to be a separate pop-up.
Okay. So what do you think about this page you're seeing? Kind of talk me through it now.
I'm at the personalized results section with the select school and then a bunch of sample schools. I like the way that it shows up. I like how there's an X, it's identifiable. It looks really good, and I like the different icons for each of them. That way you don't have to read everything. You can just look for yours.
And so, like I said, this is a mock-up. So the only one that is clickable right now is University of Michigan. So go ahead and click that.
Can I click on the icon, or do I need to click on the words?
You can click on the icon.
No. This is taking a while too. Okay, so now I'm seeing under the University of Michigan with the done and add course in different courses. My what I would be kind of not happy about is if I didn't have a specific course that I wanted to add at the moment. Like,
You wanted to what?
if I didn't really want to add a specific course, like maybe I would just use this for the food and restaurant things. And it kind of seems like if you're adding a university, you also have to add a course.
I mean, what would
And
you,
that
let's say
maybe
you
not be a
didn't
good
want
idea.
to add a course. What do you think you would do from here?
I mean, I would add a course. I would add all of my courses.
So what do you think?
But if something isn't here, then uh, I don't know. Go ahead.
What do you think happens when you click that into that search bar right there that says select course? Or you type something in there?
That you would just get the blinking bar.
Okay. And what do you think would happen if you click that add course button, that blue, dark blue add course?
I would think that's like after you type in something, you click on it, and then you type in add course. If I were to just type on it now, I'd be really confused because it seems like that's what I'm looking at. Like if I clicked on elementary psychology, it seems like that would like give me a little pop-up and I'd be able to add it from there. And I'm not sure what the add course button would do on its own.
So from here, you can click on Econ 1100 and as if that were one of your courses. So go ahead and click on that.
Which one?
Econ 1100. It's second row on the, second row on the left.
Okay. So I clicked on it and it came up in the bar.
Sorry, one second.
That looks cool.
So do you like the way that looks? Is that natural to you? Is that intuitive?
Yes. So then you would click on more and then you'd be like add courses from there.
Let's test it out. You can actually click add course from where you are now. So go ahead and click that and kind of talk me through what you're seeing.
Okay, so it's telling me add course, please enter at least one of the following course code and course name. Okay, so it's like adding a course for one that's not already in the options. That was not apparent to me.
Is this something that
I felt like since it was personalized, like it didn't make sense that it would be like a new course that wasn't already listed.
Yeah. I mean, not to, just to give a little bit of background, like obviously schools change their curriculum every single semester. So like it's possible we miss some, etc. So we do want to have an option because there are things available for people in different classes, even if our system hasn't recognized that. So is this something that would kind of deter you from a website like this? If you had to add courses?
Not really. I enjoy doing things like that. If I were to add a course, that wouldn't be a problem at all. It's just like rating a new professor and the next professor. The one thing that just it seems like there should the add course thing should maybe be like the bottom or something, and then say you don't see your course, and then the button for add course.
Okay. So
instead of in the top in line with the other stuff.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. So from here, press save. Like we're pretending that you type something in because obviously, like I said, it's not a functional website. So you can go ahead and press save. And you'll see that it kind of added a class for you.
Hmm.
And so let me know, like, again, from where you are now, if you have any comments or reactions to what you're seeing.
So just, I'm a little bit confused on the format of the courses. My school doesn't do it with the colons. I'm not sure if that's a University of Michigan thing, but I'm kind of wondering if I were to type something in, not how it's seen there, or if maybe the course name is like called differently. Like, for example, my stats class, somebody could be like Intro to Statistics 1, but then another person could just think that it's Intro to Statistics or something like that. And so would they show up as separate classes?
Um,
Um,
I don't want to answer that right now. I
okay.
We have some
Um,
backend things that might kind of adjust that, but again, like I said, I kind of wanted to see how someone would go through this on their own. So from here, you can go ahead and press done. You'll see that it added a bunch of other classes. It's just like a sample group of classes, pretending you added a bunch of your classes. So go ahead and click done and kind of tell me what you're
okay.
seeing and react to the page and give me your reactions here.
Okay. So since I'm seeing the page where it has the Ask the Question study documents flashcards in the different colors. After searching class notes in calculus,
Mm-hmm.
now it has my courses in there as well as the sources and collapsible. Um, I would like to see the dates from when these notes were added and maybe their last modified date if it's something that can be modified, um, as well as maybe like uh, if there's, since it's in a class, it'll be a specific book, and maybe like if there's a chapter where the title wouldn't just be like chapter 5, or something like that. Maybe a specific place to put the chapter would be nice because I just never see that. Um, I like the different colors. That's all study documents. In general, this is something that I didn't really get to mention before. With all of the things that come up, it'd be nice if like there was a see all or something like that for study documents and flashcards
Mm-hmm.
so that I could see both in one page.
What do you think would happen if you did click on the flashcards on the top, the red?
That it would still be looking for class notes in calculus and that it would just come up with um, different calculus flashcards.
Um, what do you think would happen if you were to click on one of your courses over on the left?
That it would only show information from a specific thing. So, for example, if you typed in development and you only had bio checked, then it would only show like biological development. But and then if you had clicked in art instead of biology, then it would maybe show different like development of the impressionist style or whatever it is.
So why don't you go ahead and click on Calc 102?
So it kind of like went gray around. I don't really like how it goes gray around because it makes me think that it's highlighted. and that if I hit enter, it'll click it again. I like the check mark though.
All right. Well, now you can also click flashcards up top on the red flashcard button. And again, talk me through what you're seeing and how you feel about it.
Okay. I think it's loading or something. Do you see that on my screen? That has the.
There's a little, yeah, now I see it. So. Did it work?
I clicked on it and the bar is under it, but I'm not on the notes yet.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe try clicking. Do you see that little like hat? Oh, there you go.
So I'm seeing like different sets of cards with the it's a little flashcard icon. It'd be nice to be able to see maybe a front and back of a flashcard from that set, just so that I can see like the style of the person's flashcard writing. You know, maybe somebody wants to have the theory of a specific equation, and another person wants, you know, if you put slope intercept, then another person could put like it's the line that has the slope and the intercept, and then another user may have put slope intercept, and then they may have done the actual equation for slope intercept one. So it'd be nice to be able to actually see a sample of the card.
Other than that, how do you feel?
For the first one, there's a ... for the end of the thing, and I'm not sure if that was like put in there intentionally or if it's because the link was too long. But I mean, I've used like all of the space there. If there's a ... at that point, it's a little bit too short. There's more room to use. I don't like having to click the ... so I'd rather just have everything there. But in general, I think it's really good. But there's a ton of unused space on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And these are actually pretty big. I think that you could actually fit 2 rows or 2 columns of the flashcards.
Would you
make it a teeny bit smaller and then use another row?
Okay.
Because it seems like I'd have to scroll down a lot where I could see a lot more like information if I could see 4 at the time instead of just 2.
Okay. So that was the last page that we have right now to look at. I have a few more questions though. Now that you've kind of seen a bunch of pages of the website, can you again give me a summary, and do you feel like you understand the website and how to use it?
So the website is for like an all-inclusive student guide in terms of academics and finding opportunities for jobs, etc. I feel like the course is easy to use, but could be improved. As it is now, I wouldn't pay for it. It feels like kind of a search engine for students as opposed to a service.
Do you?
I would like to be able to like submit content maybe.
Mhm,
That'd be pretty cool, like for study documents, because I like taking notes for other people and making study guides. I feel like it helps me learn better.
mhm.
So if I could do that, or maybe if I could submit something and have other students tell me where I'm wrong, that'd be nice. Or if when you click on the study document, you can like, comment on it and ask a question, that'd be cool. Um, Otherwise, it's a good site.
Um, is this a service you see value in? Would you use this type of site?
Um,
Be as honest as you can.
I see value in it, but I'm not sure that I would use it because it feels like it's the food and deals is throwing me off. I'm not sure why that's up there. And um, if I can't really make an account, then no, because I wouldn't really want to. I may use it for textbook stuff, but that would be it. When I can just get study documents from my peers and things like that in class.
Um,
So I wouldn't use it as it is now, but I see value in it.
so if you were using it, would you ever use something like this on your phone, or would it all be desktop?
I would probably do the study documents, flashcards, and jobs on my phone,
And would you want that
just
to be?
like to look between class, like in a pinch. But I wouldn't use it to actually, like, I wouldn't use it more than for small periods at a time.
And would you want it to be like an app, or would you want it be on the browser so it's not a full app that you're
Oh,
down?
definitely an app.
So you mentioned that you think Chegg is really expensive. Do you pay for any of those websites? So like you mentioned that you use Quizlet, but do you pay for like Course Hero or Chegg or any of those sites?
I do not.
So this is actually a free service. You wouldn't have to pay for this. But as you can see, like we do source our documents, like you can see Quizlet.com or wherever from a bunch of different websites, as you saw on the first page. So a lot of them you would actually have to pay for on those sites. So it would click out onto a new tab and you would be brought to that document on a different site. So if we were able to like bundle a bunch of websites together so that it was cheaper than buying each individually, is that something you would be interested in? So like, let's say Chegg is $15 a month and Course Hero is $10 a month or whatever, and we could get you three different services for $20 a month. Is that something you would be interested in?
It's not something that I would be interested in, but if there was like maybe a way to mix and match the bundling, because if somebody would use Chegg, but they wouldn't use Course Hero, and then they would use another paid service,
Mm-hmm.
and like maybe offering like all the different levels of bundling,
Mm-hmm.
like Quizlet Premium, you know, I'm
Do
pretty sure
you
that they have a premium with where you can add pictures and things like that.
do you have
That'd be
pay for that?
cool. For, I wouldn't personally pay for anything unless I'm failing a course.
Okay.
If I was failing a course, then I'd probably go local and do like we have a local study edge or something called Smoke and Notes.
Okay.
Um, we
Well,
have those services available.
well, that was actually my last question. So, if you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to try to answer anything. But otherwise, thank you so much for helping me out today.
My pleasure. I'm sorry if I was too brutal.
No, we want you to be as honest as
Okay.
possible. It's honestly, it's worse for us if you guys aren't honest because then we're just gonna like think, oh, this is amazing, and then no one uses it. So.